Place, Alaska. A report has just been received at the base that an Air Corps officer is marooned on the dangerous pack ice off the Alaska coast. Lieutenant Yarborough, accompanied by a second Air Corps officer, takes off at once in his plane and flies to the location. He finds his man, circles the spot. There's nothing but ice on which to land, ice which breaks without warning under the pressure of tides and currents. The lieutenant finally finds an ice floe about 500 yards from the marooned officer, comes in low, his ship barely airborne, makes his landing safely. Then, by use of a rope and rubber boat, the lieutenant heads toward his man. Thin ice cracks under his weight. He falls into icy water, scrambles out, goes on. He throws the rope to the man to be rescued, who takes a loop around his waist and is dragged foot by foot toward the rescuers. Then a crawling, stumbling, perilous return to the plane. A takeoff with 3 men in the plane on that small ice floe is impossible. Lieutenant Yarborough decides to return to the base with the rescued man and then come back for his fellow officer. The takeoff is successful, the rescued man brought to the base. And then, losing no time, Lieutenant Yarborough takes off at once for the rescue of his fellow officer. He lands on the ice floe for the second time, picks up his man, and makes a successful return to the base, his mission accomplished. Lieutenant Yarborough displayed his courage and heroism not in an encounter with the enemy, but in risking his life for a comrade. And we know that the lieutenant, in facing actual combat, will be no less courageous and resolute in his achievement of his mission. The War Department has recognized the fact in awarding Lieutenant Yarborough the Distinguished Flying Cross, and Marchfield proudly gives him its salute. United States Army Air Force Band of Marshfield, California, is being presented from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network.